Well, what's up, everybody? And it's time for you guys to face. Oh, well, I'm already facepalming because I forgot to click one of these things. It's time for you guys to facepalm again because I'm doing some more Football Manager. Now, if you think back, way back years ago, literally, when I first started my Football Manager obsession, it was with FM 2013. And I recorded about, I think, the first hour or so of my playing a Football Manager game, it being my first experience with Football Manager, and really my first major experience with the sport of football, period. It didn't go well. Um, and within the subsequent few in-game months, I was fired from my first club. My first club happened to be AC Oulu in Finland. Well, I'm going back to Finland. I'm going back to AC Oulu, and I'm hoping not to take the cock as hard. It's FM 15 this time. If you're wondering, you're probably wondering, well, I don't have half of these nations. I downloaded a league pack which allows you to play in, well, pretty much any nation in Europe and quite a few of the nations elsewhere in the world. So for this playthrough, just wanted to show you this. Loading up all the Scandi nations, some of their neighbors, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, sort of. I guess that was part of the Kingdom of Finland at some point before the Russians took it, and then the major European nations and the three top South American nations for young people. Hopefully, eventually, I get to the point where I'm drawing from them. My ultimate goal in this playthrough is to win the European Champions Cup with AC Oulu. It's gonna be damn near impossible, but I'm gonna give it a try. So, just wanted to give you guys a quick intro to this. Gonna be a bunch of boring shit that I'm gonna take care of off camera, and I will see you guys back when I take care of that. Ooh, Swedish Gunner's online. I think he misspelled Swedish. I just noticed that. One of the things you're gonna notice here, yeah, it's. I'm not very good at pronouncing Finnish stuff, or many things, for that matter, but I'm gonna give it a try. Um, you'll notice a lot of these names probably aren't what you guys get in FM. I have licensing fixes so I can actually use the proper names and the proper places and the proper people instead of, licensing bullshit because some guy wants $20 million for them to use his name. Anyway, yeah, back to boring shit. Right, so here is AC Oulu as it stands right now, and immediately there are some problems. Some rather big problems, to put it lightly. I have a really, really old squad, and nowhere is that more evident than in my midfield. I have Ayala, who's 19. Okay, great, awesome. He's a great player right now, actually, funnily enough, and he's going to only get better. And then I go to Mika Nurmela. Nurmela? 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 I would assume Nurmela. I already told you guys, yeah, it's gonna be horrible. But anyway, he's 40 freaking 2. This guy should be on a pension somewhere in the freaking Gulf of Finland or something. I don't know. Well, it's probably too cold. But anyway, and speaking of cold, I have one. So if I sound a little, that's why. Yeah, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but I'm worried about his fitness. I'm worried he's going to break and fall apart before uh, the end of the first game. And then we go back a little bit further, and then Yanni Heitinen back there in the central defensive spot. Really freaking old. Positive. Very, very good that we have some young people in substitute spots that I could bring in if necessary. I'm almost thinking of bringing in the other Nurmela down there, the 19-year-old Anselmi. Anselmi? Is he Finnish? That doesn't sound like a Finnish name. Well, oh God. I just looked at his face, and for whatever reason, that it sort of reminded me of Valentine, and now I want to kill myself. Anyway, yeah. So Nah, wait, why did that? Damn it. There we go. So, yeah. Now you can see my quandary. And my view just got all messed up. There we go. Aha. Um, Other than that, it seems a pretty solid squad. Um, Leplainen needs some work, but he's a young one. He's only 19, I think. Yeah, 19. So he's got a ways to go. My big problem is going to be my staff, though, because one, I can't hire anymore. I can get, I think, a few more scouts if I'm correct. Oh, no, I can't even get more scouts. But for my main team, I'm already overstaffed. And it's bad enough with me being a semi pro team that we only get training a few days out of the week. But my coaches suck. I suck, for one, but at least I fill a spot. I really just need to survive. I think I was like, what was I just trying to say? I think if I can survive, there we go, the first season and manage to bring in a little bit of money, I can start working my way up to where I can actually get a decent coaching staff. Because my worry is, yeah, right now on paper, my replacements, uh, Nurmala there, and who's the other guy? Heikela and Lindholm. They look good on paper for now. The problem's going to be is if they can't get adequate coaching, things might get shaky. Playtime alone might not do it. Other weak point in my squad would be here. Becca, not the best player, a little bit on the old side. Nothing like Nurmala, but I need to look into getting a replacement for him. And last but not least, I cannot leave this screen and this segment of recording without mentioning I have a guy named Titty on my squad. So, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun with the titties. Something I forgot to mention because I was all worked up about the titties was what the hell is this tactic even supposed to do? Um, it's different from what I normally use with my Dortmund team because, well, let's face it, these guys aren't Dortmund. Um, but not much, fair to say. It's still based around a sort of pseudo attacking style. But in this case, it's a lot more deliberate. I want the ball to proceed from defense to Sirla, or Sira? Sira? Yeah, Sira. And then really, Sira is going to make the choice. Where does the ball go? Does it go to either of the wings? Does it go to the midfield and then up to the striker? I've left him a lot of freedom. I might actually have to change his role from defensive midfield to some sort of playmaker, but I'm going to see how that works for now. Um, Wingbacks, I'm going to leave, or fullbacks even, I'm going to leave on automatic for now. We'll have to see if we start being too porous. I'm going to have to pull them back to support maybe defense. But really the front five players, I'd say, are in a similar setup to how I would have it at in Dortmund. I just play with an attacking mid center and then have the two wing defenders link the midfield to the defense. And I really don't play out of defense much in Dortmund. I try to go for the attack, as as Ilya knows well. But other than that, you can see I'm basing it around a possession-based game. Progress the ball forward in a deliberate manner. Don't try to do any kind of fancy shit because, let's be frank, they're not good enough to do any sort of fancy shit. These things will change over time. I'll make mention of it when big changes happen, but little things, little tweaks here and there. Fairly sort of standard approach, nothing eccentric, none of that slant formation bullshit that I've seen some Spanish teams trying. Um, yeah, so there you go. Well, I'm in a bit of an interesting situation. And that's with Oyala. Everybody and their mother wants him all of a sudden. So we had a nice little sit down chit chat, and he was just like, I want to move to a bigger club. And I was kind of like, okay, well, I tried to keep him and whatever. He acted like a bit of a bitch, and I was like, oh, whatever, fine. And my plan was just to turn down the thing. I thought, he might go to a Norwegian team or a Swedish team, maybe something, something a bit bigger. Nah, apparently some pretty high up teams, with respect to Oulu, want him and are willing to pay a lot of money. So, do I have somebody I can put in this position? Let's see. The other Nirmala. Oh, okay. I don't know. Alright, you're not as good. You could be 4 stars minimum, and... Wait, who is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where'd you go? Oh, there. He's a bit of a wonder kid, it seems. At least for me. Still, though, financially, ow, there is... There's a lot to be gained from that. How much does my board take from me? They take 75%. So I'll get 25,000. And you know something, at my level, it's a lot of money. But then again, none of them are really, none of them are really willing to pay out immediately. A lot of it is conditional. How long do I have him on contract for? I only have him on... Okay, I'm going to pull the trigger on this now. He doesn't want a new contract with me, so it's not like I'm going to be able to get him on until... Well, I say that. Can I try? Well, I can try. No. Okay. He doesn't want a new contract. So, I only have a few months to go before he'll end up being free to contract anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So, everyone and their mother wants Olia, whatever. And it seems like 110 is the best I can get. So I'm going to do a little negotiating, and we'll see where I can get him. I'm going to try and see if I can squeak out 150,000 from any of these guys who are currently going for 110. In the Scottish Premiership, Wolves, I have a Wolves save, but, no loyalty from them if they're not willing to splash the cash. Let's see while I'm on camera. Oh, no, don't stall offer, no. No, view. That's what I wanted to do. Will any of them take it up to giving me just $50,000 float? Not a million. Oh, yeah, I'd love that. And then them give me 50,000 flat. Yes. Okay. So I know I can squeeze a little bit more money out of these guys. Would you be willing? I keep trying to go for millions. 60. Okay. And unfortunately, I can't renegotiate. So, really, I'm just going to have to take one of these guys until they reject 90. 63. Okay. 67. Okay. So 150 is looking like a reasonable target for this guy. His value is over that, I thought. I thought it was quite a ways over that. I could be wrong. So if I... Okay. Right. So I'm going to go through this, ingest all these offers, and then see where I can get this kid.
One thing I always get pissed off about is how people come to me bitching about something my general manager did. So yeah, basically, this all-out guy, he sucks. Point blank. I tried to sell him off. He didn't want to get sold off. So I told my general manager find him a club or release him. And he obviously didn't negotiate with the general manager, so the manager tried to release him. And then he comes into my office all bitchy. Well, guess what? I'll just pay you off. Sucker! And there you have it. Aberdeen has snapped up Oyala for 160 grand. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Well, okay, technically it's 120, but an extra 40 for other conditions and whatever. I wasn't keeping him. Couldn't do it. He wouldn't sign the contract. And yeah, I was able to squeeze 160 out of the other clubs. His value, funnily enough, pre-transfer was actually only like 18,000, I think. So I got that wrong. It was in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. So the two people watching this are probably screaming at me. But yeah, there you have it. So Ayala is gone. Thankfully, I have replacements, and I still need to try to get rid of this guy. Um, but other than that, that's a pretty good first episode, I think. So if you know any Finnish players, any of you people watching this, probably one person, let me know. If not, well, have fun watching me fail. See you guys next time.